My name is Tyler Blank, and I live in the San Francisco Bay Area of California. And I grew up terrified of dancing. I grew up in a very image-conscious place and had to go to senior prom. And I found myself watching MTV in order to learn the dance moves that I thought I needed to know to look good and to do dancing. It wasn't until the music came on and I looked around and finally felt the music coming into my body that I realized I could just move how I wanted to. And it was such a liberation that I started walking differently and holding myself differently after overcoming this fear. So after that moment at the prom, I knew how to dance, but I didn't really feel comfortable until ecstatic dance found me, that I felt like I could really be accepted and not judged, be my true self, be whoever and however I am in the moment.
My name is Kaylee Dolphin. I live in Santa Cruz, California. My journey with ecstatic dance, like many people, when I first walked into that room and saw everyone on their own personal journey expressing themselves creatively through breath and movement, I felt so at home. It's just a place where I can be whoever I need to be in that moment, whether it's a flowy goddess or a weird mess or need to perform an exorcism on my ego. It's the place to comfortably do that and feel safe and supported in that process.
Hi, my name is Rosie, and I'm from San Jose, California, and I found ecstatic dance through a friend who invited me and told me about this container where you don't talk, you don't wear shoes, you don't have cell phones, and you just have free-form movement. And coming from a nightlife background, it was a curious experience for me to walk in through these doors and see something amazing happening, which was this beautiful expression of self. And for me, it was such a liberating experience to walk in and drop into that space and anchor into my own expression and feel supported and find a community where there was no judgment. And it's been really interesting, too, just to tap into my own power as a person and also see that being witnessed. And it was really beautiful to find that balance within my own emotional expression of happy and sad and angry and excited, and to continue like moving through that space in this beautiful dance.
My name is Michael. I live in Santa Cruz. My first dance memory is when I was in junior high and went to the prom and could barely dance at all. I was so self-conscious. And then flash forward to my early 20s, I went to a few raves, took a little ecstasy, and that helped me get into a little bit of a groove on the dance floor. Still felt pretty awkward and self-conscious. And then flash forward another decade or so to my early 30s, and I discovered conscious dance. And in conscious dance, I was still very awkward at first, but through doing it consistently, I felt I finally came into my body in a way that I had never been before. And I felt embodied. And I felt relaxed and truly present. And that's what the practice of ecstatic dance, conscious dance, really is for me. It's a way to really ground myself into the present moment, into my body. And so it's a continuing practice for me.
Hello, my name is Jessica Wheeler, and I'm from Monterey, California. I feel like it took me about 2 years to really be able to trust that it didn't matter what my movements looked like or how I felt. And dance for me is an opening. It's a place where I can feel that I'm able to give and be completely open-hearted and sharing. And I also am able to breathe, which feels really healthy. I dance because it keeps my body moving, it keeps my body in shape, and makes me happy. And I'm able to really trust the people that I dance with, and I feel like I'm able to give of myself and to really play hard too. It's always an incredible adventure to dance.
Hi, my name is Geeta. I'm from Amsterdam, and I've been doing ecstatic dance for about 4 or 5 years, I guess. it's been for me the most important thing actually for me to do in my life, I've noticed. And I've been asked to talk about it and express in a few words why it's so important for me. And things come up like dance is my religion and Ecstatic is my church. They sound a bit quaint, and I've been thinking what to say. And today actually has been I found what the reason is for me, why it's most important. And that is that it's a manner for me, it's a way for me to celebrate actually. And it's a way to celebrate my being alive, my being in this body, and being able to freely use my body to connect with other people and to share with other people in celebrating life and connecting. And I love this experience for that.
All right, hi, I'm Kylie, and I live in the Monterey area in Seaside. And my dance story started when very, very young. The music would come on and the body would move. It's some of my earliest memories. And that was 65 years ago, almost 66 years ago. So one of the reasons why I wanted to come on this trip is I wanted to show, hey, age is not a factor. If you love dance, it's always an ability to move. Any kind of way you can move. I almost didn't come on this journey because I was feeling like I had an injury and body wasn't in great shape. And I thought, you know what? This is exactly what you need to do. And this has been an awesome journey. And I feel like I've really learned a lot. I've learned a lot about myself, I've learned a lot about other people, and I've learned a lot about dances. Conscious dance for me has always been something that I thought should be in the world, and I discovered it in 2001, and it's been a lot of my life ever since.
My name is Daniel. I live in Santa Cruz, California. I love to dance. It's my life at this point. I dance every day. That has not always been true. I wasn't encouraged much to dance as a boy, even though my father was a professional dancer. At a certain point, I found myself wanting to dance because it seemed like the best way to impress my friends and meet girls. That was kind of like junior high school time. It was also very terrifying. It felt really vulnerable and dangerous almost. And I eventually found my way into clubs, dancing in bars. A little alcohol would help. But eventually I didn't need the alcohol, and I just started dancing a lot, like in college and later. And I wouldn't drink, and all my friends would. And I'd be like, let's just dance. I don't need the beer. And then I finally found conscious dance, which was the first intentional dance space. And that made all the difference in the world.
Hi, my name is Amina. I'm from Sweden. I consider myself from the world. I've been a nomad for many years, and I was always a tomboy, enjoying to move my body, doing lots of sports, but missing something. And my first dance was, I always loved to dance wild, but I started dancing folkloric dances in southern Spain and danced through all the villages, connecting with people in the streets. And since then I've danced salsa with my Cuban friends in refugee camps in Algeria, salsa in secret clubs in Jordan, tango in the streets in Paris and Berlin, South Africa, and I just amazed how you can connect with people without knowing the language. A few years ago I danced freeform dance for the first time, and the difference with that was that I really connected with myself. And the strongest memory is that I danced, and for the first time I felt beautiful for myself.
Hi, my name is Robyn. I'm originally from the Cotswolds in England, and I currently reside in Los Angeles. When I found ecstatic dance, I felt like I had come home. I originally grew up amongst the rave scene and festival scene in England, and I loved the music that was happening, but I felt there was much more to it than what came through in the drug culture and the drinking culture. My journey with ecstatic dance has been one of finding authentic movement inside of myself. Sometimes I can get swept up in other aspects of life, but I don't feel completeness, and there's something in ecstatic dance where I can dance my story, where I can be completely present, and experiencing that richness in life has just had a profound effect on my life.
So my name is Evan Joblin, and I have been a dancer my entire life. But at a certain point, I feel like I became a very self-conscious person about my movement and what that looked like to other people, or, is someone checking out? Am I doing it right? Do I have the moves correct, the steps? I got into swing dancing, and there's a certain choreography that, there's a right way to swing dance and a wrong way. And then I just quit dancing for a long time over being self-conscious. And at some point I found this scene of conscious dance, ecstatic dance, where I was looking around the room and realized no one is looking at me. People are into their own movement, and I thought dance isn't even the right word for this. Perhaps it's like a movement meditation. It's a practice of self-awareness. And once I had that breakthrough, my life now revolves around dancing and dance as my way of self-expression. It's my way of working out what's going on inside of myself, and the music brings that out. And finally, I just love the experience of dancing with myself surrounded by other people. And that's my dance story.